Oh, 4 or 5 years ago, I went on this quest to become a better person. And then this happened, right? Clickbait. No, I really wanted to talk about the difference between, um, the concept of enlightenment in Buddhism versus living in the spirit as a Christian. I found that, um, there's really nothing alike. Um, so I guess to start like a little bit, I have to do some context with my own testimony. Like I said at the very beginning there, I started this quest to become a better person. So I found myself kind of wandering down this, um, kind of Buddhist path at that point because, um, I was doing meditation and yoga, and it was really like helping to clear my mind, make my body feel a lot better. I mean, in so many ways, I was healthier, and just even doing yoga made me want to like drink and smoke less. And these meditations were really giving me these beautiful visions. A lot of times of like, I don't know. One time I was a tree, and I was, you know, I don't know, reaching towards the light. Um, and that would really hit me. All those different experiences that I had, but the as I continued to do that and get deeper and deeper into it, it actually became easier to meditate. Um, and I started to, and I'm a busy-minded person. I'm not sitting there just trying to be nothing or think nothing or whatever. Like a lot of people, I don't know, get confused about meditation. You're not really. Anyway, um, so in the process of all of that, I started to more and more often see this um, like dark cloud up in my mind, that um, as I progressed more and more through trying to kind of approach and break through that dark cloud. It became a storm, and then it threw up a wall, and all this crazy stuff was going on in my mind. And I started to realize that this is like a real problem. So I had to, um, and through that, I kind of also was like going, oh yeah, like enlightenment's this like long, arduous process you may not even attain in this lifetime, and you've got to like practice, practice, practice all the time. And um, I don't know. I was kind of like getting disillusioned, I guess, with the concept of enlightenment around that same time because I was hitting a wall quite literally inside my mind. So that was right around the same time my mom invited me to Quiet Walker. Actually, I kind of just jumped on board to the first OSL retreat there that I went to, and that was where I got saved, rescued by Jesus, um, and through that experience, because I had kind of accepted the Buddhist idea that suffering was this intrinsic part of life, and of course, by all logic, that if you don't want things, then you won't be disappointed, and that made a lot of sense. It's just that it didn't seem possible for me, and so it's interesting, yeah, because as following Jesus, Jesus didn't ask you to not want anything because that's like way too hard. He wants you to want stuff. He wants you to want to live, and you know, because without like a little bit of that, what is life about if you don't have like a little bit of um, gumption, desire for life, zest, whatever you want to call it. Um, so yeah, so Buddha has like, I watched the series TV series and watched all of his stories and or a lot of them, and just kind of wept and related deeply to that like life is suffering concept. Um, but back to the retreat, when those guys prayed for me, um, it was well, it was instantaneous. When Jesus came, it was instantaneous, and I was completely washed clean in that exact moment. It wasn't I wasn't gonna have to sit there and like meditate for the rest of my life or many lifetimes um, to get there. And that was a huge, huge like relief to me almost. Just like, oh, okay. It's almost like you know kind of magic is real, which I guess it is, but um, that would be the way my pagan mind would say it. Except it's not magic. It's actually God, and which is so much more incredibly powerful than that. So I'm getting off the trail, but I just wanted to do like kind of a comparison between directly between striving for enlightenment and the spirit. Now, when you're trying, living the spirit, okay, it's still a lot of work following Jesus. So I'm not going to like downplay that like it's somehow easier than striving for enlightenment. I'm just saying that that you have the right goal in mind as you're doing it, and you're not, you know, you still sit around and pray and meditate and all that stuff on the word and all that, but um, yeah, it's just so much different. It's he's lacking part of the equation basically. It was like a precursor. It's like 600 years before Christ basically, and he was almost like I kind of look at him as like a John the Baptist character. It's like heralding in or bringing in like some really good information, but um, not having all the answers. I mean, he did like abandon his family, and he doesn't get a whole lot of respect for that from me. But on the other hand, he didn't claim to be perfect either, so he's just a humano, not like Jesus. Um, so yeah, the cloud. When I stood before the group and asked for prayer, first time in my life, I described the cloud that I'd been seeing, and so and they cast it out like it was a demon, um, and it worked. And then they prayed and prayed and prayed, and then Jesus came and held hands with me. So, and like I said, I cannot describe in words the feeling of absolute utter fullness, cleanness, purity. All those words seem kind of cheap or overused, but English language is kind of lacking. And since then, I found that to be true repeatedly. That the spirit, when the spirit's hitting you, or if you're living in the spirit or resting in the spirit, whatever terminology, it's like I know the spirit's always there, but there are definitely certain times where you're feeling it more than other times. You know what I mean? And there's reasons for that, as I've learned. But it is undescribable. It's hardcore. You feel smarter than you should be. You can hold on to thoughts. You can um, make decisions based in the wisdom that God is like right there. You can access it. So it's really beautiful. So anyway, I kind of wanted to say that because I was going to do an uh, OSL promotional video, and I've been like hemming and hawing over it, and I've done it like twice, and I don't like either version, so I'm going to try it again. But then I wanted to like add in, like these little pieces of my testimony, and I was going to make some comment about, oh, I was going to be a Buddhist, and then I just ended up as a Christian. How shocking, because I spent my entire life kind of going, oh, Christianity, how terrifying. They got such a bad name for themselves, all these terrible things over the years. So imagine my shock to then, find myself on the other side of that. Um, but yeah, I guess that's it for now. Thanks for watching.